Hi everyone. I thought I would come on here and talk to you a little bit about pregnancy. And today I'm coming at you with as a mom and as a yoga teacher. So this is from my own personal experience. It is not as a pregnancy educated yoga teacher. It's as a mom who has gone through this and being a yoga teacher as well. So first of all, congratulations if you're pregnant. I hope it's everything that you wished for. It is a very delicate time and full of joy and anxiety as well. At least it was for me, at least. The practice may change a lot for you during pregnancy, or it may not. So when you're pregnant, your yoga practice, if you are an advanced yogi or yogini and have been practicing for a very long time, your practice might not have to change a lot because you already have an established self-practice and you might be able to go along with the practice that you have, doing only minor altercations to make space for your belly as you're going forward, and maybe taking it a little bit down the first trimester, as it's the most delicate trimester. For others, it might be the beginning of your yoga journey, and you might have to stop a little bit, or at least pause a little bit and stay where you are. The thing that I would say, and that because there is a lot of information out there that's coming at you, and if you're like me, in the beginning of my pregnancy, I researched everything, trying to figure out what can I do, what can I not do, and then somebody tells you that this you can do and this you cannot do, but then there are opposites all of the time. Something that someone tells you that you can do, the other one tells you that you can't do. So more than ever during this time, it's always the mantra, but now more than ever, I will tell you, listen to your body. Your body is extremely intelligent. Try, which is difficult, especially during this time, I know. Try to let your body guide you and not external voices coming at you. So, the only thing that I will tell you is that it's not a time to go for those extreme and advanced poses. It's not a time that you want to try to learn how to do an extremely advanced pose. It's rather a time where you want to take a moment and listen to your body and take it down. Use your practice to accommodate your body, to get some pain relief in your back, get some opening in your hips, do some light movements just to get your circulation going, get your body moving. I was quite active during my pregnancy, and I think it did a lot for me. I had a quite easy birthing experience as well, and I think it was a lot. I think I can thank my active pregnancy a lot for it, and also, none the least, breath work is also extremely important. And during your pregnancy, the one thing that I can tell you as well is that we do not want to restrict our breath. So it's not a time to practice very advanced pranayamas. It's a time to deepen your breath and use your breath really to to calm your nervous system. So go for those really long and profound breaths, and don't restrict it. Don't hold your breath during your pregnancy. So using your own intuition, I think, is important, and it's something that I learned to do going through the process. So this thing about twists, for instance, and the thing about folds as well, we can take that into the group. What we need to think about is that, you know, you have your body, and you are fully developed, and you can do whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but you catch my drift. The thing is that you have a little human, a little creature that's not fully developed, and that's living inside of you. So your body is no longer only your home, but it's the home of a little creature that's not yet fully developed. So what someone said to me, and during my pregnancy, or that I heard, is that this is this little person's home. So that when we twist, for instance, try to keep the space, try not to compress the home of this little person. I mean, your body is fantastic, and it's really, really well protected. So nothing will happen. But when we move, that's why when we move through yoga poses as well, while we are pregnant, when we do a forward fold, we might, widen the legs to create space for your belly, especially obviously when it grows, and you really have to do it because of the physical, hinder that you meet. But just be mindful about it, that there's someone in here, and so you open a bit more. Maybe you stretch a bit more the top side of your body without compressing this part of your body. And I think that's quite intuitive for many, but also, I mean, in this world that we're living in, where information is shooting at you from everywhere, and a lot of them are conflicting and opposites, and you don't know what you want to think anymore. I think it is super important that we just, take a step back, and the mantra, listen to your body. It is very intelligent. Another thing that's connected to yoga as well are these positions of flexibility that we might have to be a bit careful about, because when you are pregnant, your joints may loosen up because your body is preparing for birth. So it's preparing to be opened and be stretched in ways that we don't usually use our body. And so we have to be a little bit careful about stretching, so that you don't strain yourself in any way. So it is very nice to do nice stretches, especially for the back and the upper body and here, but also be a bit careful about, especially your hips and how you move, so that you don't pull any muscles or anything. Another thing that we want to be careful about, that I read about things that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't go bicycling, for instance. And I was like, why can't you go bicycling? So the thing is, and it's connected to, it's a thing that we have in yoga as well, balance. So your balance may be a little bit off because your body suddenly has weight in a place where it didn't have weight before, for instance, and you should be careful, you should be more careful about falling. Falling is in general not something that we want to do, but especially when you're carrying a child, you want to try to avoid falling. So it's not that you can't do balancing poses, and it's not like you can't go bicycling. It's just that this is why people are trying to say that this is not recommended. So maybe when you want to do balancing poses, maybe have a chair with you, you know, for support. If you feel that I had a lot of issues with because I got gestational diabetes, and so my blood pressure was really low. So when I got up, I almost crashed several times, and so it might be nice to have some extra support if you need it. So that would be a recommendation from my personal experience. Me, I used to practice a lot of Ashtanga before, so I had to take my practice down quite a bit. And in the end, I changed a bit the way that I practiced during my pregnancy. So I would do set of exercising to help my back, which is super good during your pregnancy, but also after, because you need to remember that it's not only during your pregnancy that you will have the weight here. When the baby comes out, the baby is still gonna have to be carried because it doesn't walk yet, and this and that. So you're still gonna have this weight here. So I will go and recommend you to do at least what I did a lot. Chair pose, for instance, squat, malasana. So building up your back strength, warrior three as well, but here's a balancing pose. So maybe don't take it all the way, maybe just take it half the way, you know. And the strength in building strength in your arms, building strength in your back is really going to help you throughout the pregnancy, but also a lot when you give birth. So after the birth part, you're going to get huge benefits for having done that. Working on your breath, deepening your breath, working with it during your pregnancy is going to help you loads during the birth part. So because here as well, deepening your breath, calming your nervous system is going to help you to handle the situation, and yeah, it was a huge help for me. I know I know it was. And yeah, I was actually pregnant when we were making the PlayPauseBe Decks. So if you are pregnant and have the PlayPauseBe Decks, and are afraid of which ones are good for you, which ones are not good for you, etc. Listen to your body, first of all, but we also in the manual have been quite, it was, because I was pregnant, it is clearly written on a lot of the precaution part of the different poses, which are good or not good for pregnancy, and what you can do to modify it if you are pregnant. So, you know, that's a little disclaimer for you, a little background information. Yeah, I think that was really what I wanted to say. Take long walks. Be active. Don't overdo it. Take it a step back. Listen to your body. Focus on your arms and your back. Don't do a lot of ab work, but just breathe deeply and enjoy the time. It's a beautiful time, and it's the last time that you have, you know, where you can take that moment for yourself at any time, because after it's gonna be, you're gonna have to work, you're gonna have to run a little bit. So enjoy the moment, and that's it.